morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever, whenever, however you all are. Welcome to Clobby's Comic Shop issue number 41. I love that number. I think it's a great number. Some might say it's the best number. Fantastic number. It's magnificent. Just look at it. It's a 4 and a 1. It looks great. So, how y'all doing, guys? What's up? Let's look at those faces here in our chat. FKC 2005. Vince Womack. What's up, dude? Nice to see you here. I see Stephen M. Kal-El. How are you, sir? Nice to see you. Of course, we got Vince Womack also hanging on Rumble. And I see Deeple as well on the Rumble side. He says, has the stream not started on Rumble? It should be going by now. Yeah, it should be going here, there. It should, yeah, it should, there we go. It's going on Rumble. It's going. Yeah, it's going. So there's your answer, Deeple. So how you doing, dude? Nice to see you here. Jonathan Conroy. What's up, man? Nice to see you as well, sir. What's up? So, guys, I got a few of my guys backstage, but before I bring them in, I just want to say, all of you, you helped make the Vegas trip happen. Seriously. What's up, D-Bud? I had to do that. Seriously, D-Bud, Steve Mitchum, Deeple, Eric K, Jake D, Tornadoes, so many of you. Without you guys, that trip would have not been possible. Seriously, I am very, very grateful for the time and the trip and the life experience I got out of it, and you guys helped make that happen, and that stuff doesn't go forgotten. You guys literally were the ones that made it happen. My hotel money, which went to Culture Casino, which he refused to take, so I just forced him to take my money in super chats, various increments, because he was like, "Oh, you don't have to do." I'm like, "Oh, the hell with that, the hell with that." And of course, I got the flight. So I'm just, guys, really, it was so fucking cool. And I got to meet Steve Mitchum in person, Mr. Maddie's daddy, in our chat. Him and I went to In-N-Out Burger. We had a great conversation, dude chats, talking Superman. We had a very wonderful adventure finding parking and leaving the parking to find In-N-Out too, which is absolutely outrageous, but it now makes for the best story. So shout out to Steve Mitchum for the ride and all that. Oh, look, by Crom, Conan's here. Mohammed said. So we got King Conan, Mohammed said, and we got also Hot Dice. Welcome to the show, Hot Dice. Thank you for dropping in. John Edgar, how you doing, sir? Nice to see you here as well. I like this. I like when I see these other names. I'm just like, hell yeah, bro. What's up? But seriously, that experience was great. Hanging out with Abigor and his lady, going to the Metal Blade Records Museum, trying out Eric K's meet at the meetup, having breakfast with, comics, Eric K, another Gen 42, X-Ray Girl, Kara, and Tugs, Gary and Melissa, Culture, his wife. I'm missing a few people. And I apologize if you're one out there listening. I may have missed your name. Oh, Aaron Sparrow is there too, and his lady. And her lady's name was Daphne. Jinkies to that, man. Yeah, really cool. I had no idea Aaron was going to be there, so I was really, really happy with that. And I got to also meet Vaughn Coleman as well at the meetup, which was cool. I've heard about him, but I don't really know him. I've really engaged him prior. I met Radioactive, released some Kraken. Absolutely killer to meet all those guys who listened to the show. I was really happy. Oh, Eric K, I tried his meat, and it was wonderful. I had a lot of it, too. Like, lots of flavor, very sauced on. Stuff that I would absolutely do again. And Muhammad said Night 1 Mania was, and Raw after Mania was, yeah, no, I really enjoyed Mania this year. I think the main event really was the best part of Night 1. And then Night 2 would probably be, actually, I know, right? This is going to be the most toxic man comment. Or will be the most untoxic, you decide, was probably the women's triple threat match with Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea. I thought Io absolutely annihilated that match. So really good shit. Really good. Oh, I went to the WWE World Convention. I got my oldest star. She's a big fan of Jey Uso. I got her the Frosted Yeats cereal. So if you know WWE and you understand the word Yeats, you understand the context of it. That cereal, I think it was exclusive to that convention. So, well, comics is being a neglectful dad, like my other dad, Culture Casino, not responding to my text message. I decided to be a endangered child in Vegas with no supervision and went to that convention. I went to also very appropriately right next to it was a bagel shop called Bagel Mania. The irony wasn't lost on me that WrestleMania weekend was there, and yet here I was at Bagel Mania. It's literally called Bagel Mania, and my bagel is amazing. I had hash brown, egg, sauce. The breading was cheese and bacon. Oh, dude, it was so good. And then once again, In and Out with Steve Mitchum, breakfast with Eric Kay and the crew. It was just absolutely amazing. In and Out, of course. Delicious food. Eric Kay's meat, though, seriously, so good. Like I'd have his meat again without question. Even if he never I don't see him again for another 7 years, and also we catch up like it's been like not like yesterday, bro. Bro. Whoa, what's up, Subhuman 84? Nice to see you here. No, seriously, guys, the life experience was absolutely incredible. Got to meet a lot of people. Some I've seen before, some I for the first time once again. Von Coleman. I bought this off of him. He looks like he had signed it. I just talked to him. We had a conversation. He mentioned this comic. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna read this. I haven't read it yet, but I'm curious to give this a look. So I'm happy I got this. Channel Surf. I don't know if you're out there listening, but Channel Surf got this for me. I mean, this is definitely one of those if you know type of deal. So I mean, totally not obvious. Totally not obvious. Muhammad said Paul Heyman, Pat McAfee show. Dude, Paul Heyman is a savage like no other. What he said to that heckler was seriously. I think that guy probably fled the country, deported himself after what Paul Heyman said to him. I was dying. So yeah, got the cool comic, got the motor figure, got to try lots of delicious meat. And dude, so we all know obviously here, it's very clear I am a man. I am a dude. There's no shock there. But I felt like a fucking whore at the meetup. And you're like, what, how or why? I only paid for one drink for myself to drink. The other drinks either were in my hands or from drink tickets. I was like, hold on, isn't that only supposed to happen for like the ladies? What world is this? It was a weird world. I'll say that. I was like, wow, I feel fucking filthy, but I kind of like it. So just saying, it was probably an experience that probably will not happen again, but I'll just think for that one time, incredible. So I hope to see some of you in Dallas. That will be fun. Probably unless something comes to like the Midwest, like that's probably gonna be my last meetup for till next year, whenever that is next year. So I was just saying, if you have the opportunity to do Dallas Fan Expo, I mean, there's where a few writers and artists I want to meet. So there's the obvious suspects in the Ripperverse, and then I do want to meet Matteo Scalera, and I do want to meet Ryan Otley, who does Invincible. So those are a few guys I'd like to see. So, and then Dolph Lundgren, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get to the Lundgren. I'm gonna do it. I've decided it is destiny, and I have to fulfill the destiny of meeting the biggest dick that Brandon Lee has ever seen on a man with Dolph Lundgren. So I will make sure I do a photo and an autograph. I'll probably have some showdown in Little Tokyo. I got to figure if I want to sign a DVD or Blu-ray, though. Maybe DVD would be more vintage. If I found a VHS copy online, I would straight up have him sign that. Probably isn't worth shit, but for me, it's worth everything. All right. We got a good amount of people in here. Thank you guys for dropping in. I feel like I've talked enough now to really emphasize the point on Vegas and the greatness and life experience, where the adventures go next. But we got some dudes in the back door, and, well, I should bring them out to the front. So we'll start off with Pablo.
Howdy ho! Hey, what's up, brothers? How you doing?
Man, nice to see you.
Dude, I saw you got a figure of yourself. Well,
yeah, it was crazy. Channel Surf giving me that figure. I'm like, man, Channel Surf is an awesome dude for that. He did not have to do something like that. So I'm really grateful for him to bring me something, because I wasn't a part of the show. I'm there at assist Comics Division, which, by the way, Comics made some money, man, as he should. So I'm just there really just to help him out, and of course enjoy the meetup. But for me to be given anything, I was like, I'm not a part of this, but sweet, I'll take it. But no, Pablo, it's pretty wild to see a figure like that, but I'm really thankful I got it. Shout out to Channel 7. What's up? 5 picoseconds.
I'm just saying it's gonna be easier to play with yourself. That is what he was waiting. I was waiting.
Oh man. Amazing. You really went there. I feel like I need that Predator clip. Dylan, you son of a bitch. Well, Pablo, it's great to see you. Let's have some fun tonight. And welcome back, Iron Caster. Holy shit-a-roni, Batman.
Hell yeah.
It's about damn time, man. I thought I was gonna have gray hair by the time you came back.
Hello there.
You
No.
do have gray hair.
You do?
Wait, huh?
You do, Common?
No, you do. No, you do.
Well,
You
not
do.
yet. It's inevitably I will someday.
My beard's looking a little light. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
This is brown. Not yet. Give it time though. It could happen probably in the next 5 years. So,
No,
anyways,
it's been a crazy month for me. Work has been piling up like crazy to the point where we were having to pull Saturdays, and hey, guess who has to wake up a nice early 5 a.m. Wait, no. The nice thing is that's me getting to sleep in.
oh, whoa,
Shit.
dude, that's you sleeping in, bro. That's crazy, man.
They cracked
That's
the whip and
crazy.
I get to
Yeah,
work.
that is crazy. For
But-
real.
I am glad to be here regardless, boys. I feel like I have missed so much in the world of comics. Like my stuff's been piling up. I had a nice like $30 poll list this week because I hadn't been able to go the last couple.
Did you read G.I. Joe this week?
I did make sure to read that one, but
Yes! Dude, I got the same cover of G.I. Joe.
Nice.
I was down at the shop there, and I was looking on their on the shelf, and I saw this and didn't realize that an issue 1 had come out, but
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I haven't read it yet. I did get Solomon Kane. I know it's a
Oh.
mini series. I haven't
I
read
had
it
no
yet.
idea.
Who is doing it?
Patrick Zerker is doing it. He's writing and drawing. So, real quickly,
Wait, I mean,
acknowledge,
oh crap! Did he do it?
Wrong gimmick.
Christian Dillard, who's been a member for 20 months, says, huge 69 Slayer. Thank you, Christian. All right. I'll let him now introduce himself.
Crap!
Hi,
Crap!
Fenrir.
Crap! I didn't see him there. Thought he didn't make it yet. Okay, hey guys, how you doing? Sorry about the jumping in so fast. I was making a sandwich at the same time. The phone was here that I just saw. I was put in, and I just jumped straight up. Still pretty great.
Fenrir?
The sandwich, I mean, it's bologna sandwich. But yeah, hey, what you gonna do? You
Fenrir
got much.
is good. Is really good to go raw, but you need to buy a drink first. Just saying.
All right, I'm gonna let Caster continue on, and then we got another gentleman to introduce, and then we can move forward. Caster, go ahead and finish where you're getting at before we move on to the final man.
Oh, just the books are piling up. I've got stuff here from a couple months ago I still gotta get to, but that's every week. It feels like for me. But no, I feel like I've missed so much the role of comics in this time that I've been off busy doing the IRL stuff that I'm looking around. I'm like, wait, did that Miss Marvel X-Men thing come out?
Did it?
All right. They were
I
gonna
don't
do
know.
that stupid thing.
I for me, it's fuck reading current Marvel, like full stop.
No,
Not into seeing what they're saying or doing. It's gonna be a longer stretch to get me back than DC does. All right. What's up, Common Nerd?
What's going on, guys? Yeah, been a busy day. Family's been crazy. Wife's been sick. Had a wonderful show during the day today, and now we're like 25 subscribers away from 1900 again. So that's really nice to see as well. So yeah, things are going pretty nice, other than all of the craziness. But hey, that's life for you in general. But yeah.
Well,
things have been fun, and yeah, the whole fuck Marvel Comics thing, man. There was a new article today that came out talking about what they're doing to Peter Parker's background, the kind of thing he was as a kid, and it's so wild. And I'd like to bring this up at some point this evening if we get a chance. But to see things like that happening on one side of Marvel, and to see things like the swimsuit edition coming out in July, it's like, who the hell is running things over there? Because you literally have two opposite sides of that company doing two different things at the exact same time.
Hey, you can't blame monkeys, though.
Yeah.
Monkeys are smarter than this.
Yeah. Well, then most of the heads of Marvel, that's an absolute fact. But yeah, hilarious things going on out there in the world.
You know that what that swimsuit basically screams, right? That they've realized that the losers they have trying to appease the last few years don't got a cent to their name, so they got to bring back the 30-year-old men's. But here's the thing: those guys ain't coming back. No one's coming back.
Yeah. A lot of it has to do with the sex.
Well, unless they pretty much did a porno, Mac, then at that point, I don't think they're gonna get what they want to get.
Marvel is clearly trying to have their cake and eat it too. They realize they're at that point where they're realizing the damage that they did. However, they want to have pivot. They want to pivot just a little bit because they realize that they actually have like some losses that they made, so they can win some people back. But they think, okay, but we can still try to appeal to this modern audience, guys. We can still try. And honestly, that's just going to ultimately push everyone away because the modern audience, what little bit of it that actually exists, doesn't like that. And
it doesn't exist.
Like so, what's up, Guilt Man? How you doing, dude? Hail to you,
hey, Guilty.
He's got a channel called The Guilt Man Returns. You should subscribe to it, by the way. We got a $10 direct donation. Says it's from Anonymous. I'm really happy for a direct donation. So I will give a nice big clip for that. And in the caption it said, because why the hell not? Well, Anonymous, whoever you are, I'm really thankful for your $10 donation.
It's like winning. I don't know, man. I was banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's how I roll. I have one speed. I have one gear. Go.
Thank you very much for the $10 direct donation, sir. Very. Oh, it's Brad, my man Brad Young. Brad, I got to dig some shit up for you. Okay, remember when you donated for that pizza? I don't know if you caught. I showed it off a few weeks ago, and I don't know if you were here for that stream, but just because I have you here, I have your attention, I have to now dig for it. And I'm going to show you the proof that your money went to the cause of pizza. So I'm going to get it up just for you and prove to you that I got it up. So watch.
Get it up with pizza.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
That was where the money went, Brad Young. That was because of you, sir. When you did that with the toppings and everything, right there. That was an amazing pizza.
Man, I'm getting hungry.
I know you say, and that's great that you trust me, but I like proving that these things go to worthy causes. Like as soon as I got the money for the hotel and the ticket, I right away posted, here it is, guys, flight booked. For me, it's very important that I give you guys the transparency and the trust that when you do these things, wish you don't have to, but you do it because you're all awesome and like that. I'm not just blowing your money away. I'm just not doing that. And you can see my oldest daughter. That's her hand right there. So as we said, I was going to take the kids out for pizza. And thanks to you, Brad Young, that happened. So thank you very much. Respect and cheers to Brad Young. I'll drink to Brad Young. Respect,
dude,
sir.
how much cheese was in that?
I'd say pretty standard, honestly. But it was a fantastic pizza.
Nick, your answer kind of disappoint me. The
Why?
right answer for how much cheese is in a pizza is all the cheese.
Oh, of course. That's when if they ask for me, yeah, I would ask for more. But I want to see what Uncle Jerry's was like on its own merits. What's up, Mike? Has bad knees and core member. What's up, dudes? Nice to see you guys, Mike. I just gotta say, the Spingy shirt, pretty awesome. I'm bragging. Yes, I am bragging. People will say that whole like that's right, bro. I'm bragging. It's a kill shirt. I got the Dirty Deeds poster. I'm gonna have it on the wall here in a few days, so you will see that Dirty Deeds wanted poster. Just saying, it looks killer, but I'm not gonna show it to you guys, so it's up on that frame. I'm just saying. But okay. One of you guys want to say something, and I want to make sure I get everything out before I Oh, Caster, you mentioned it. You put in the private. Should we touch on? Let's
Touch the
touch on.
private?
Let's touch on
Obviously, you need to
FCBD, Free Comic Book Day. Let's do that. Okay. Let's touch on that. Okay, because there's a Conan comic I want, and there's that Energon U I want.
So, as a friendly reminder to everyone out there, 8 days from today is Free Comic Book Day. So be sure to head to your local comic book shop and show them some love, because they give us so many issues, and I don't just mean in the mental variety.
Oh,
Shots fired.
Indeed.
that was amazing. Go on.
That said, there are a number of books that will be coming out, and as let's just go ahead and we'll do this. We'll do the overly simple thing. I'm just gonna pull up the League of Comic Geeks, and let's just see everything coming out.
Everything coming out?
Everything comes out here. This is one of the
Excuse me
shows where
while I
everything
whip
gets
this
to
out.
come out.
It's all coming out now.
It's gonna hang.
Oh,
I didn't know we were doing Toxic Tuesday tonight, but for comics.
Although
Why not?
although it's not a Free Comic Book Day book, Godzilla vs. Spider-Man is catching my eye immediately because
Wait, what?
How would that even work?
In
Well,
comic
you know,
books.
a lot of alcohol and some yoga.
If you believe in
But it's
yourself,
literally the equivalency of a guy and a mosquito.
you mean to tell me you don't want this book just based on the premise alone?
Yeah, I also
I
technically.
mean, I'm intrigued, but how?
Okay, which
Carry on,
version of
Caster.
Godzilla?
oh, let's go.
I mean, unless if we're talking about Japanese Spider-Man, that one I believe could take on Godzilla.
Caster,
With
go
a
ahead.
Ryan. With that, right?
Let's see.
Yep.
Round 3 versus Amazing Spider-Man. Fresh from the original Secret Wars, Peter Parker, aka the Amazing Spider-Man, returns to Earth with a spiffy new alien costume without a care in the world, except for a complicated love triangle with MJ and Black Cat, and unbelievable pressure from the Daily Bugle, Rent, Bills, supervillains. Oh, and Godzilla is in New York City with all the destructive power aimed squarely at the wall crawler. Don't miss the two most popular characters in pop culture history absolutely going at it with this kaiju-sized slugfest for all ages. Round 3 in a series of 6 one-shot throwdowns.
If this was from the 90s, it will be one of the priciest shits ever. It will go for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Let's see. We got Joe Kelly writing it, Nick Bradshaw's the artist, and Mark Panicia is the editor.
For me, Joe Kelly's not a bad writer, but Marvel has such a slog of a hill that it's going to be a while, if ever, if I give them a time of day. Joe Kelly, I liked him from his Deadpool days, but, I do know some people who will check this out because they're entertained by the Godzilla one-shot. So if you are personally entertained by it, don't let what I say persuade you in a different direction. Go your own way. If you feel like you must, then by all means, go for it. What's up, Keely Chow?
Oh, this cover, dude. It speaks to me.
I know Mike has bad knees. Asked which ones are going to be good. I can answer that for you really quickly. The Conan one will be great. Like I swear, bloody vengeance on that. Like lots of bloody vengeance on that. So, and I'm curious about that Speed Racer one.
Yeah, actually, there's. Let's go back. I think we've given this book enough attention because it's a crossover.
And there's that
wants to check it
Phantom
out.
one too. There's the Phantom and there's Speed Racer.
Yes, we do have a few
So
other things
I
like
want
that.
to know about. I want to know about those. I want to know about Phantom and Speed Racer.
So,
There you go.
next up,
and the Energon. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We should highlight that. I don't know why that didn't cross my mind. I'm retarded.
the biggest name in comic books brings you the biggest free comic book day release of the year with 3 all new stories from the Energon universe featuring G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Void Rivals. A perfect jumping on point for new readers with huge revelations for longtime fans.
Oh yeah. Oh, that.
And of course, they make sure not to tell us too much about it. But suffice to say, if last year's free book is anything to go by, there's stuff that will likely be teased here that will be probably still years out before we see them pay off, because elements of last year's we still haven't really seen come into full fruition.
Mm-hmm. No, you're absolutely right. There is stuff that still is yet to pay off. However, G.I. Joe's issue number 6 this week did have stuff that did pay off all the way dating back to Duke and Cobra Commander number 1. So the payoffs are happening. And when they do get to them, it has been worth it. So what they were getting to from Energon U from last year, I have a feeling it's going to be worth it. Consider where we are at now at the Energon U, what, year and a half in? We're at a point where it's still worth reading. It's clear that this is here to stay, and we're having a lot of fun. I imagine this one shot will definitely be one that will definitely have people talking. Yeah, I have 6 of them I'm getting, and this is one of them for sure from Energon Universe Special.
Well,
I can't wait. Void Rivals has been killer. Transformers and G.I. Joe have been fucking awesome as well.
Well, in addition, we did get the big reveal
Yeah, I
last.
gotta admit,
We did get the big reveal last year with Baroness being part of the Joes.
Yes.
That's
true. Yeah, that did pay off immediately. That's true. That's a good point, Caster. Go ahead, Fenrir. Fenrir wanted to say so. Let's let him have it.
oh yeah, I just wanted to shout out that the battle between Duke and Cobra Commander was freaking awesome.
Oh, I know. We'll get into that after. We'll get into that after we go over these free comic books. We will, because yeah, it was awesome. But go ahead, Caster. Keep on doing the shite.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, as a heads up, should you fail to pick this book up for Free Comic Book Day, if they do like they did last year, they will reprint this. So this one you will be able to pick up. Which for anyone out there who goes to a shop that limits the amount of books you can pick, that is something to consider.
Yes, that is. They'll have regular copies that you can purchase. That's true. I remember my shop doing that last year. I had to tell my retailer, oh yeah, that's the same comic from the freebie days. Like, oh, it is. I'm like, yeah. Or they're just giving that's a purchase edition.
That said, the Conan book, the issue 0 of that was not reprinted, so that is something to consider if you're going to get.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
probably want to get the Conan.
Can you give me some information on that Snot Girl comic that I'm seeing?
Yeah, Snot Girl's been
Girl,
going
what's
for a
that?
while, and it seemed to be pretty popular, like a pretty popular book. Let's pull this up. This is from Image.
You
I like
toxic
what I'm
man,
seeing.
Pablo. I bet you do. I bet you do like what you see.
Okay, the name Snot Girl kind of drives me a bit. It is, you can see by the color of the hair. I have a theory. I hope it's not right.
So
Fenrir, you are not kinky enough for this comic, and that's okay.
No, I have limits. I'll admit that.
Carry on, Caster.
Around the time this was first coming out, I was dating a girl who was picking this book up. She went to the same shop as me, and so we would kind of go back and forth with our collections. And it was books like this and Monstrous that caught her attention. So I do know this is a book that does have a fan base, but beyond that, I can't really say much about it.
Huh.
Okay. What's up, Occupant 42 on the Rumble edition? He said Clobby Comic Shop Toxic Tuesday edition should wait for the swimsuit edition. Well, let's just say if Caster gets it, we can talk about it. I'll put it that way. I ain't gonna go on my way to cover it, but if Caster gets it, I will cover on the show just for Caster. If he gets it, he has to be the one that like I said, I have no interest.
Oh,
but I'm a team player on my own show. I will happily fold for certain ideas when the dudes participate. And Caster's a very essential participant of this show.
Way back then, if you don't remember, we actually did an episode on the bikini issues for Marvel.
We did?
Yeah.
You know,
a long time ago, like 5 years ago.
Long. It has been so long ago that we've completely forgotten about it. And if so, it means I get to show you guys the best of the bikinis, the best of the beach shots.
Also, Namor's cock. That's why I remember that.
Dude. TMI.
Wow.
It's prominent and it's covered on jewels. And it was from the good era of Marvel. So that one is official.
Wow.
Still not beating Reed Richards, though.
No,
well,
that's
he can
true.
elongate
got a point.
and stretch
No
and... Yeah.
The fuck
And
did I just walk
Namor
into?
is so alpha.
Seriously, can we go one stream without doing something gay?
No.
Ah!
So
Not when fucking Nick's here. No, jeez.
we were talking briefly about the swimsuit issue.
Don't blame me for why
all
I
the
have
highlights from what we were talking briefly about the swimsuit issues of Marvel and all those highlights. You remember all those ones I was telling you really need to look up?
Oh, fuck, yes. I saw one of them. I thought that was ironic.
Well, I just so happen to have another ready here.
Of course you do.
He's no Dolph Lundgren, but I think you'll all get a bit of an appreciation out of this one.
What's up, DJ? Play nice. I think he came out at the most very. Oh, that's wrong. Even that's wrong.
Come on, dude. Oh man.
I told you it was gay, Ironcaster. I told you it was gay.
He just to get rid of half of the criminals in New York. All he had to do is dress like that. No one's gonna want to deal with that. God.
Dude, if you want a pin-up where you can see Storm's ass
we actually lost people.
Yeah, you gotta take the good with the bad. Those swimsuit issues were really wild, really wild.
Wow.
Oh,
I saw another one, Caster. I don't know if you caught it. It's the Phantom. Did you catch the Phantom one?
Oh, I happen to have that pulled up over here.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that is definitely something I'm looking forward to.
Okay, guys, can I ask you a favor? Can you get me the directions to a good comic book store around the area of Belleville, New Jersey? Because I need to send my best friend to get one of these. It's the only way that I can get it. And I need it so bad.
I think there's comicshoplocator.com. He can punch in his zip code. And that would probably, yes. I'll make sure it's a legitimate website. Just to make sure.
Because I will need this.
Yes.
I want
I'm
this.
going to put it in the chat. And then Pablo, you see it. Muhammad said that Ultimate Wolverine is pretty good. You know, he's not the first one I've heard say that. I've heard that before. And maybe it is. It'll just, for me, it's going to be a very long time before, once again, Marvel. But the caveat, 4 months in, I'm still reading and enjoying Aquaman from current year DC. Loving it. So, I think it's awesome. I'll go as far as to say it's awesome even. So I'm having such a blast with that. Go on,
while I was off and away, that was one of the books I was able to actually sit down and read, and I gotta say I'm really enjoying it, and I feel like it's also part of a almost underlying subculture thing of like a bit of a Lovecraft resurgence, and I don't mean just the same old Cthulhu like bashing sort of like obsession that we had before. No, we're good. We're getting Dagon. We're getting the King in Yellow.
Yeah, I watched Jeremy Adams' conversation with my buddy Wes because Jeremy Adams actually showed up on that, which is cool. Shout out to Jeremy Adams. What's up, JT Kirk? And And he said he was influenced by some Lovecraft stuff, and he was also influenced by Conan when going on this Aquaman run. And it shows because Aquaman is very ultra alpha in this book. Very ultra alpha. I love it.
That's actually a really apt comparison too, considering Robert E. Howard and Lovecraft were good friends in real life. In fact, like there's a lot of influence.
Wait, as in H.P. Lovecraft?
Yes.
Seriously, he had friends?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
God, so hard to believe.
At least one. least
Go on,
one.
Kester.
So much so that we know that certain elements of the Conan mythos, such as I believe Thog, is the Lovecraft-like entity, was something that was directly kind of inspired from some works of Lovecraft.
Man, so hard to believe he actually had friends reading all the stuff he did.
I am 4 issues in. Yeah, dude, Aquaman rules. I'll say it. Aquaman absolutely rules. Jeremy Adams is killing it. He is the real deal of a writer. He is
Okay, no
absolutely a
spoilers,
writer who's
please.
here to stay. He is. If you are willing to give current year DC Comics a genuine open mind, Aquaman is the way to go.
Okay, no spoilers, but I need to
I've heard
ask.
his Flash
Nick,
run
I
is
need to
great,
ask.
but I haven't read it. But go on. Go ahead, Fenrir.
I have not read anything past issue 1 of that Aquaman run. There is no BS, right? It is just pure on good story and action, right?
Jeremy Adams is all about good story. I'm also reading his Flash Gordon, which is 8 issues in. Issue 8 came out last week. Flash Gordon is great. He did.
Okay, does it do the Hawkman?
Huh?
Does it have the Hawkman?
Hawkman?
You know, the Hawkman.
Oh, from Flash Gordon. No, not yet, at least.
Well, that
Sorry,
kind of
I had to
put my
really
enthusiasm
think
down a
about
bit.
this. No, not yet. But Flash Gordon has been great. It has been awesome. I've been enjoying a lot. It's 8 issues in. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I've heard a lot of good things about his Flash run. I've heard that he was able to be the guy that fixed Wally West after the damage that was done to him in Heroes in Crisis. I haven't read it, but I've heard that it's great for many people. So that's cool to hear. Apparently, I know he's been writing Green Lantern for almost 2 years. I've heard a lot of great things about it. But right now, for Adams, I'm reading Aquaman from DC and Flash Gordon from Mad Cave. And I'm enjoying them both equally. And the dude absolutely understands comics, gets the medium. And I'm not saying this stuff as like a minimum expectation. I'm saying it's because I see these characters the way they're written. I hear the voices. They're fast-moving issues. Even though it's serialized storytelling, stuff happens in each issue. So it's not like it's decompressed. You actually do get cool stories in each issue while also being part of a larger narrative. Like the newest Flash Gordon issue had quite a bit going on, but then there's a big thing going on overall in the greater picture of things. So, and yet it wasn't a single one and done issue, but yet you could jump into that issue and be fine because there is like a few paragraphs spoken with the characters that kind of like vaguely recaps the previous 7 issues. So it's almost like Jeremy Adams assumes, in case you're a new reader who's coming in cold at issue 8, you're not going to be, penalized for not reading the first 7 issues, which is something a lot of writers can learn from. So just saying, if you're on the fence, whether it was with Aquaman or Flash Gordon, now's the time to get the fuck on them. I'm just going to say that to the chat. This is the time. Get on it with these books. They're both great. I'll go on about Conan.
Free Comic Book Days 2025 special, Conan, Scourge of the Serpent, #1. Written by Jim Zub. The Scourge of the Serpent, the newest epic Conan event, begins here. From fan favorite Jim Zub and Ivan Gill, with cover by superstar artist Roberto Della Torre. The Serpent God's influence tightens its coils around the Hyperborean Age and every other age linked to it. 3 stunning supernatural stories will spiral together to answer a chilling question framed in the past and present. What is Set's grand plan for humanity? And now that it has begun, can it be stopped?
The last issue, number 20, hinted at this. If I don't know if you read number 20, it ends very strongly, that arc from 17 through 20. And that number 20 ends really strong, and there's hints of that story to come. So this is clearly where they are leading with that. I cannot wait for this. It's all original material. It's not preview material that's arguing another issue. There's material in this comic, guys, that's exclusive to this comic. So definitely incentive to reach out and get a freebie, and then maybe get, if you're someone who has not read Conan, now's your time to get some trade paperbacks at the shop and get on Scourge of the Serpent as your freebie. So you can get trades of 1 through 4, 5 through 8, 9 through 12, 13 through 16. They even have trade for Battle of the Blackstone as well, if you want to go there, and then just get Scourge of the Serpent, and you're good. You're good. 5 people say so behind. Dude, it's worth it, man. I would say, like, I'm going to be very fair and very honest with this. Issue 17 and 18 were probably the weak point of the entire series so far. It wasn't for a bad story. It actually was not. It was because the art was the weakest of the entire series. There is an entertaining story in there. There is. But, man, the art is pretty off-putting, which I hate saying about a comic like Conan, which I've really been enjoying. But 19 and 20, it fucking rejuvenates the shit out of this comic. It really does. Because I got a bit concerned. I was like, oh boy, I don't know what's going on here with this art direction. But 19 and 20 is just like, oh no, we're still here. We're not done. You're thinking we're back? No, we never left. We just took a bit of a detour. You know what? It's okay. Can't have a home run, can't have a grand slam with them all. 1920 really ended strong, really strong.
Let's see. Next up on the books that I'm gonna take a little moment to highlight is something that I think is gonna be just for you, Nick.
Oh, go on.
The Def Leppard Hysteria #0.
I'm curious. I'm not exactly, going to be running up to the shop for this one, but I'm going to check it out if they let me get it beyond the limit of copies, because some shops are limited. I'll give it a shot if they're like, oh, hey, you can go for this one too, because I already have 6 for like priority, but I'll check it out if they let me go for it.
Wait, this exists?
Yes.
It
Actually,
exists.
Actually, this is just a re-release of a comic that came out in October. So it's in the back issue bins.
Okay. All right, I gotta answer this for D-Bud. I know the context of this comment. I wish Dillard draw them all. He opted out. He doesn't want to do ongoing comics. He doesn't want to do monthly. He doesn't want to do entire arcs. That's why he's still with Titan, but he only wants to do annual issues or one-off stories. He doesn't want to do full story arcs.
Oh, that's
I don't know if it's a pacing issue, deadline issue. Does it feel like he's up to par with? It's a bummer, but
he's the best
it is what
artist
it
that I
is.
have seen in maybe a decade. Maybe.
I will say though, Doug Braithwaite, he may not be dilatory, but he is really up
he's
his
really
game.
good. But De La Torre is that feeling of depth, of, how do I say this? It's more impactful on the page. You feel every line, you feel the sensation, the gravity of everything. When he draws Conan's muscles, you can see every detail is perfect, right?
If I were to give De La Torre like a 9, I would say Braithwaite's like a strong 8.5. He started off as like a 7.5, but as he's gone on, he has only improved, and his stuff has gotten wilder and crazier. So like his first arc, which was 5 through 8, was not particularly bad, but it definitely was, because it was one of those things where I'm sure I appreciate it more if he was in its own isolation, but considering what he was following up and what he was sandwiched in between. But then 13 through 16 came in, and there was a fire that lit up, and then all of a sudden that fire burned even brighter with 19 and 20. So apparently Doug Braithwaite said he can handle the deadlines. Yeah, I know that Dillard did the Savage Sword of Conan #6, where Roy Thomas did the story for the main story of that individual issue. I haven't read it yet. I'm behind on my Savage Sword. I'm going to catch up this weekend, but I want to read that because Dillard doing black and whites. Apparently, he has kept it open to maybe doing some stories for single stories for Savage Sword. So the best we can get possibly out of him is the black and whites in the future, as far as interiors go. All I know is I didn't start that fire. No, you didn't. Someone did though.
And you know who that was, Nick?
Who?
Godzilla.
No, that could be fun. Godzilla versus America, Los Angeles. That could be actually very fun. Just saying. Who's writing it?
Let's see. This is Dave Baker, Gabriel Hardman. This is actually got multiple writers on it. Jordan Morris. Okay, so this is gonna be multiple stories. Join a superstar team of LA-based comic creators for 4 incredible stories, all set in the filmmaking capital of the world. A terrified film crew does everything they can to trick our favorite kaiju. Residents use a guide to LA's transit system to escape the monster's attack, and much, much more in the second installment of Godzilla vs. America.
Just the title makes me so happy for some reason.
Yeah, but let's be honest. All they had to do to get rid of Godzilla was show them the videos of all their secret meetings.
Yeah.
5 picoseconds. I'm afraid not. I haven't
Be
seen
disgusted in
Rebel Moon
seconds.
yet, much to Nick's demise.
Fuck Rebel Moon up its unlubed ass. You
never did read the book, did you?
No.
Of course he did. Nick.
Okay, I will pay you $50 to read the book.
Nick
Put your money
read
where
the
your mouth
audiobook.
is immediately.
Nick read the audiobook for Audible. That's how much he loves Rebel Moon.
It's
I can pay you 25 now. 25 now. The next
currency. American currency. No, no.
I got euros. It's literally close to the same. Oh, am I kidding? Still, you can still do exchange or some crap.
Do you remember when
$25 first?
All right. Anyways, fuck Rebel Moon. Can
you give us a second, Nick? What was the problem?
Do you remember when the euro was like $2?
Yeah. Why?
How the mighty have fallen. How do you like being almost 1-1, man?
Yeah.
So speaking of fallen, or
good times,
or franchises that have seemingly fallen, but hopefully I'm making a comeback. Another one of those free comic book day books out there is for Mega Man.
Nice. Oh no, I definitely need that.
I will check this out. I will definitely check this out. What's up, the Devastator? Welcome to the show. Enjoy your stay. Get yourself a drink and enjoy. Oh, Joe Dog too. Man, what's going on here?
What's up, buddy?
We're getting a lot of familiar faces. Glad to see you, gents, here. All right,
guys,
Mega Man. I will check that out. I will check out Mega Man.
Guys, can you educate me on something? How does the free comic book day work? Because I need to instruct on that.
Yeah, me too. I'm ignorant.
Okay. Nick, do you want to explain this one, or should I?
I'll explain it because after I gotta acknowledge one of my guys. So free comic book day, and now this is gonna vary shop to shop. There's a table set with comics that are complimentary, and they got that line. If you look at where the Mega Man title is, above it says the words "Free Comic Book Day." You get to pick out free comics from that table, and some you can do unlimited. Some they do a limit of 5 or 10. Some you could do unlimited, but it's not limited. And what I mean by that, it's one copy per title type of thing.
Okay.
So it's gonna all vary shop to shop. All depends on where you go. but you have from that table. And then as far as like, no, the floppies, the monthly floppies, trades, hardcovers, all that, shops most of the time, I'm going to emphasize the words most of the time, they do discounts and all that stuff, maybe like 30% off trade paperbacks, stuff like that. So if you're someone who needs to get caught up on Conan or just hasn't read Conan or anything Energon Universe, whether it's Void Rivals, G.I. Joe, Transformers, this is a good time to get acquainted because they both have free comic book day issues going, and there's trades of both of those, of all those going on. There's three volumes of Void Rivals. There's 2 volumes of Transformers. G.I. Joe just wrapped up its first arc this week, but there's a Duke and Cobra Commander and Destro Scout trades that precede it. So you do get a lot. You could benefit from a lot of that, or just get something else entirely. It doesn't have to. It could be something completely classic. I bought a killer hardcover edition of some Fantastic Four Lee Kirby. I think it was 51 through like 75. I bought 2 years ago for Free Comic Book Day. It was awesome. I bought that giant fat ass hardcover edition. I'm like, wow, you fucking make Nutty Professor Eddie Murphy look skinny in this shit. So what's up, Chernobyl? It says long time no see. Well, did see Nick and Vase. I did see Chernobyl. He's a cool guy. I got to see Chernobyl in the flesh, in person. It was diabolically huge. It was fucking awesome. That mustache of his was fucking dashing. I was like, man, Eric K-Bear, give him some of his glorious meat because that mustache deserves the best meat in the world. So, Chernobyl, good to see you, buddy. Oh, God, a free mint copy, dude. Oh, mint copy is ASM number 50. Dude, my brain would explode, and I would probably become the actual statement of Team America's eating your own head off line, if you remember that line.
How much is it for an Amazing Spider-Man number 50 mint?
Oh, God. If it exists, probably 5,000. I could be wrong, but that's my exaggerated guess. D-Bud says the owner of my LCS, Joe Field, is the person who got Free Comic Book Day started.
Huh.
Holy shit, that is crazy, man. That's wild, dude. That's crazy. Anyways, Mega Man, Iron Caster. Sorry, before I go on for another tangent and answered that question.
Udon largely has been pretty good with the licenses they do. They do a lot of the Street Fighter books. They do about like one Darkstalkers comic like every quarter, it seems like, because I want to pick them up. And if nothing else, at least the art styles to their books feel consistent and true to what we think of as the game art. And plus, it would be really nice to have a Mega Man comic again, because like after the whole Sonic debacle with IDW, or no, with what's it?
Wait, the ones that are doing currently Sonic?
No, the previous run of Sonic.
Oh, okay.
From it was Archie. That's right. Yeah, Archie Comics at one point had the Sonic license for like 30 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they fucked up.
Yes, but they also had Mega Man, and the Mega Man comic was also really solid.
I want to check out Mega Man. You got my attention, Caster, with this one. I will say you got my attention with this one.
How weird. I like it more the Japanese canon for Mega Man. Well, for Rockman. Because obviously it was the one that was prevalent on the games. So I never pay attention to the comics for Mega Man.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either, but now we know we have it. I want to have it. JT Kirk is FCBD printed on the cover. Wouldn't that make the... No, yes, it is printed on the cover. Would it make it more collectible? If it has, I have not heard of them being collectible. But to be fair, that is not my question to really be well versed in, because I am the type who never pays attention to the collector's market. I may read them, and then I'm a read them guy. I'm a read them guy. And I couldn't tell you. Maybe Caster might have a better answer on that. Maybe even someone in the chat. Chat, if you got an answer on that, yeah, by all means, please take it. 5 picoseconds are again. He said the answer is it depends on the issue. You know what? I can see that. I'll bet it depends on a few things. Actually, one key thing. Maybe first appearance of an essential character. And that depends on if that has or has not happened yet. Or maybe it was the Kickstarter for a big event that becomes very prominent. Those would make sense where I think it would go. But maybe Caster got an answer that I don't, as far as educated thoughts go.
So you're actually right. There are a couple that are apparently have gone on to have some value. I was just talking with one of the guys at my shop, and he was telling me how when he was looking through a bunch of back issue stuff, he had found a couple of older free comic book day books that, after looking them up on eBay, after kind of pricing them out, did have a bit of, I think one of them was going for like $50. But sort of as I mentioned earlier, for example, the Conan issue 0 did not get reprinted like the Energon Universe book had. So if you're going in trying to think about what would be the best value, what's not going to get reprinted, that would be one of the better ones to pick up. And I think you're actually right there, 5 Pico, that might be one of the other ones that was worth something.
Hey guys, I gotta ask. Does anyone know who has the current rights to the ROM, the Space Knight comics?
Oh, Dynamite maybe, or maybe Image.
I was kind of hoping Skybound got it too.
Which one?
Damn it.
Sorry, I missed it.
That is Image.
Wait, what?
He was asking about ROM Space Knight.
Yeah, that is Image.
Oh, great. Then it might actually. There's a chance it might show up at Skybound at some point, right?
Depends.
They did it. They just mentioned Visionaries and Void Rivals, so there's a possibility, right?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, to be fair, I've not kept track, so I don't personally know. So once again, sorry guys, I don't know everything. But hey, it can happen. We'll see. I don't know. My guess is if it ends up in Skybound, I don't think it'll be a part of the Energon U, because there's a ton of books at Skybound that are not Energon U. They just happen to be at the Skybound imprint. So and also with the Energon U, outside of Void Rivals, it seems like that's a Hasbro license thing, which I'm sure Kirkman's made Void Rivals be a part of that license, since there will be Void Rivals figures on the way. That's my case's best case scenario is maybe it is on Skybound, but it ain't part of the Energon U.
At present, Marvel has acquired the license again, so they're putting out some reprints of their older books. And the thing to point out with ROM, the vast majority of the content from that original comic run is all property of Marvel, because the toy was basically just that. It was just a toy that a toy company went to Marvel and said, make us a comic book about this. They did not create a lot of the lore, and so Marvel retained much of that. That's why we got Venom Space Knight.
The more you know. Enter Tom Connor's photo with the Necronomicon in his hand.
The more Tom knows.
Yeah, right. I got to add that clip. Oh, but anyway, so fucking funny. Yeah, Speed Racer. Ooh.
One last free comic to show off, and it's from our dear friends at Mad Cave Studios.
Speed Racer, the greatest psychopath to ever make it in cartoons.
Let's see. An all-new continuation of Tatsuo Yoshida's classic manga / anime, Mach Go Go Go, known to Western audiences as Speed Racer. David Pepose has the storytelling keys to the featured story in issue 0, which ignites Mad Cave's ongoing Speed Racer series. Meanwhile, Mark Russell drives a backup tale that leads directly into a Racer X spin-off series.
Go Speed Racer, go!
I'm actually curious about this one, because David Pepose is the guy who's writing Space Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's from what I've read of the first trade, this has potential. This has huge potential. So it's gonna get at least a first look from yours truly. Just saying. Just saying. Now, I'm going to give a special shout out. There is a Thundercats Powerpuff Girls crossover coming out from Dynamite as well. Casper, you don't have to show up, but just so the chat knows.
Wait. Explain that one to me because I might be interested. Actually.
Wait, what?
Thundercats and Powerpuff Girls crossover.
You said a Thundercats and Powerpuff Girls crossover?
Yes.
Yes. Because I know you say it.
What the hell?
Hey,
Right?
that's actually crossover
I did not expect that.
No, dude, it sounds awesome.
Not
That's the
only
thing.
yes,
does
sir.
it exist.
And talking about awesome crossovers. Gargoyle is about to do a crossover with the Fantastic Four.
No, wait. Just think about this. You see Lionel all geared up, ready to fight, and Bubbles appear and just says, "Kitty!" Dude,
This might
it's a
have
match made in
potential.
heaven.
Keywords might. So I'm gonna give the free comic book day edition of it a look. I'm gonna give it a look.
This does not have a free comic book day out.
Oh, okay. Then maybe the website posted incorrectly about it.
In fact, this is slated for June 4th. So this book is a month away.
Well, then free comic book day got it wrong, horrifically wrong, because they posted a link to it. I'm going on their website, see if I gotta sue them. No, there is. I found. I'm gonna put it in the private.
Well,
here.
Your privates.
I also have this one to show off that comes out next week.
Ooh. All right, who's writing that bastard? Some human being. I don't know him, but hopefully it's. I will keep my ears open on this one. Wacky Races, cool. Maybe there's a preview. Okay. The Mod 5 is one. I agree. Mod 5 is a damn killer card.
You know,
straight up.
I kind of wanted to make a joke. You guys remember that episode of South Park where Timmy starts this business that looks like a bunch of Ubers or something, and they do a whole Wacky Racers thing? I wanted to say "Holy shit" when it showed up on screen, but now I feel like it would have been lost on me.
Okay, I just looked at that link that I put in the private. And it's got the free comic book day headline, and it says exclusive original material. So there you go, Thundercats and the Powerpuff Girls. It is a real thing, man. I was questioning myself for a minute.
Okay, seriously, at this point, all bets are off. Any kind of crossover is open for interpretation. Because who seriously could have seen this coming?
Well, I mean, to be fair, tonight we've also seen Spider-Man and Godzilla crossover. This past week, Alien and Spider-Man crossover. Or was it Predator?
Yeah, Godzilla.
Well, right. But
I don't.
I'm saying is we also had another prominent crossover this week.
Oh, did we?
Here we go.
Oh, it was Spider-Man. See, I didn't even know. I was just guessing. Okay. The 5 peak. I checked. There's no preview for Thundercats and Powerpuff Girls, but I'll keep my eyes and ears open on it because I want to know.
But that is by and large all the big previews for for stuff to come out this week, for stuff that's going to be coming out in the near future, for stuff that is a little ways out, and of course those free comics. So guys, let me know down in the chat, what are your favorite books? What do you want to pick up? What are you going to be getting on Free Comic Book Day?
Do it.
Seriously, am I the only one who looks forward to the Gargoyles meet the Fantastic Four kind of thing? I know you guys are in Marvel, but I think it could be pretty good. I mean, Wiseman's become pretty much of a little bitch, but hey, at least he might do something good out of that.
I mean, I like Gargoyles.
Yeah.
And anything's got to be better than the movie that's coming out in July. So,
good point.
So are we still on for seeing that?
Oh God, no!
We have to. the
Seeing
thing
what?
Who wants to watch Pedro Pascal being a little bitch boy while the chick
Yeah.
does everything?
dude,
We'll
Yeah,
talk
until
about
she's the
Superman.
bestest
As
of-
far as Fantastic Four first steps,
Yeah.
oh boy, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I want to
We-
see Superman. I don't really want to waste my time at Fantastic Four.
I don't want to
guys-
see Superman either. That's the thing.
But guys, this
ahead, Cass.
is Clobby's comic shop.
Yeah, exactly. We have to
Yeah,
go for
and we
Fantastic
can't.
Clobby wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
Clobby would tear it apart.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's
yeah.
exactly my point.
We
Oh,
need to
fuck.
do it for
We
him.
have to. Yeah.
Okay, I'll watch it for Clobby.
Fuck me.
I actually like my life.
Well, at least I can make.
But I'll
at least
have.
I can
But,
make
I,
content
but
out
I'm
of it.
gonna
At least I
need
can
a
make
couple of
content out of it.
drinks. So
Dude, if you gotta do something worse, just do it.
All right. I'm reading out some shit. Occupant on Rumble says, should we expecting a DuckTales G.I. Joe crossover soon? I won't, but I would fucking welcome it. I would welcome that shit. And then Stephen M. Kell says that Thundercats and Powerpuff Girls FCBD crossover looks infinitely better than a god-awful Thundercats Roar cartoon from a few years ago. Yeah. Do it for Guy Gardner's haircut. All right. Straight up. I would imagine, yeah, guys, yeah, please let us know if there's a freebie that we're like, whoo.
oh man, Ghostbusters versus Casper would have been lit.
Pablo,
They did that in the movie.
That would've
They
been
did that in the
good.
movie.
That would have been
Call
damn
somebody
good.
Yeah, that's why it would have been lit.
Who you gonna
Just
call?
saying.
Somebody else.
Anyway, guys, G.I. Joe #6 hit. I know Caster and Fenrir are going to have fun with this conversation. You had a great Toxic cover with Baroness. I was like, oh, hey. So I'll get it up too, just for you. Yeah. So,
You know, in many ways, I believe that is honoring the voice actress.
Dude, this issue had quite. I love how one, it was the end of the first arc, but it also was a payoff if you read Duke and Cobra Commander. Now, you don't have to have read those, but if you did, you definitely felt that added reading benefit from it. I think we can agree on that, Caster and Fenrir. That it definitely
Absolutely.
added to it. Seriously, it added to it. And their fight was seriously like, and I won't do any spoilers here. Fight was fucking badass. A lot of intensity,
Completely.
a lot of boiling emotion, and
And that
great
freaking thing
artwork.
he did with his hand and
The thing, we'll just say the thing with the hand. And the Tom Riley, I love what he's doing with the art. I think Tom Riley is killer. I think he's a great fit for this book. I'm glad that he'll be back for the third arc. It looks like he's switching up with the Cobra Commander artists. So I'm like, okay, I could get with that. But yeah, there's a lot of violence, and there's a great exchange of words between Duke and Cobra as the action goes on. And
Absolutely.
you feel the hits, not just from the physical punches, but from the
the
words
words.
spoken to each other. I'm going through it, and I'm just like, fuck, man, that is crazy.
And dude, I'm just gonna say it. No spoilers here because we want you guys to watch it. But dude, that freaking ending got me out of my seat screaming, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. That
Dude,
really
it is a
came out
great
of
ending.
nowhere.
Casser looks like he's ready for it, and in front you could go after him.
So I will point out that this book, issue 6 here, does a really good job of showing you just why Cobra Commander is such a threat. Why this Saturday morning cartoon villain has gone on to be so endeared and kind of held up as this, in his own ways, very serious villain that is like a psychological master. He who looks at everything as his advantage. Like, you might be playing, he's playing chess while we're all playing checkers. We've been compromised on everything here. No, we've simply learned so much from this. We're 3 steps ahead, and we have a plan. It just goes to show you there's a lot under the hood with this book that, for those old Joe heads, It feels like there's a lot of stuff they're setting up. There's still beloved fan favorite characters we have not seen yet. There's no Snake Eyes yet still. It's no spoiler to say that, Baroness and Destro are like one of the ultimate power couples of the 80s cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
There's little seeds that are kind of thrown out where you could see like where they're kind of teasing you just that little bit with it. We're getting just the tip.
Yeah, I can't remember, but this version of Cobra Commander was the car salesman, right?
No, they really haven't done anything with the car salesman thing. That's a different version of Cobra Commander.
No, because I saw they had Cobra Law, so I was curious if they did a mix of both.
No.
It was clear that Joshua Williamson wanted to take some influence from the cartoon, and it's great that you hit on that, Fenrir, because obviously from what I've learned, Cobra Law was from the cartoon, and that was Joshua Williamson, I guess you could say, pulling elements from other variations and kind of putting in a blender and putting the things that he felt would work the best or things he felt like could have used more exploring. And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, because I always had this crazy theory that maybe they aren't using Snake Eyes yet because they're kind of gonna, how back in the day there was this weird belief that maybe Snake Eyes and Cobra Commander were related because of some, snake theme and all that. But kind of think they're not showing him yet because they kind of want to play with that. Brothers.
Well, it's sort of akin to wanting to do anything with X-Men, and I mean, really, what I would have done was tease and hold off and not show you Wolverine because you want to see him. No, he is the character that will sell toys. He is the character that will sell books like crazy. We don't want to invoke him lightly. This is a character you want to set up. You want to be able to give the proper respect to, but also look at how much they've managed to achieve without using the A-lister. This is in some ways like when the MCU began and they managed to make Iron Man into an S-tier hero.
No, you're hitting on something great, Cass. It shows you how rich the G.I. Joe universe actually is when you give some emphasis to other characters. And it's working. I'm absolutely invested. I'm having a great time with it. I can't wait to read more. And I'm in, man. I'm absolutely in on G.I. Joe. Much like Void Rivals, much like Transformers. I'm into all 3 books, and you had a great ending with this one. I'm having so much fun, and it looks, feels, and acts like a G.I. Joe book through and through. It is not watered down. We are, once again, a year and a half now into the Energon universe. We are having a great time with this thing. It has not shown any signs of letting up. You have one dud, but who the fuck cares? Because that was nothing more than an outlier. Because we have been all guns blazing since.
It was expected when they declared who the writer was going to be.
Federer's got a point. Go ahead.
And also to put into the context, this universe has been in existence for 18 months. A year and a half have passed, and this month alone, we finally got to see, Cobra Commander and Duke square off for the first time, and we got to see Optimus and Megatron finally facing off in the current book, not in a flashback, but in the now. And that, I feel like, is something worth acknowledging, worth giving that respect to, because how easy would it have been just to throw out an issue 1 and have the big fight right there and then? No, they've taken their time. They've laid groundwork. This is the long project that's been set up for all this time. We're finally getting those payoffs for the stuff we've been wanting.
And the
You
setup
actually
was
do
really fun.
benefit from the long form storytelling, and it feels very earned. And Fenrir, I'll let you take it after me. I can tell you your oohs, and I want you to have the floor for it. You deserve it.
Okay,
I felt
thanks.
the emotion from this one. I felt the emotion from this. And I was so happy reading this and just enjoying it and feeling the passion between Duke and Cobra. I was like, fuck, this is good.
Dude, thanks for your words right now, because that is exactly what I felt. It was well done. Seriously.
I forgot. Seriously, don't you remember, Fenrir, when you got these points and you felt like it was worth it to get to those endings, and it felt like, wow, what I read actually matters. Fenrir, take it from here. It's all yours, dude. Go nuts. Have the floor for a few minutes.
The fundamental beauty of this entire Skybound universe, man, is that it's like a love letter. For freak's sake, all this time. And look, from the start, I was very, very, very negative because I've been crapped on over and over again by comics from Marvel, DC, and everybody. I was hoping for the worst. But since issue 1 of Transformers, the hope got up. Then the G.I. Joe came up. The hope got up even more. And watching every new issue comes out with the side stuff, it just got bigger. Like this new little bright light came up into my chest to tell me, yes, there is good still left in this industry. Don't give up. God damn it, I'm thinking about even crying. Frick. Such a pussy. But yeah, it was pretty great. It was great. Every character had a purpose. Everything felt in place. Nothing was stupid or rushed. The art was great. The writing was great, except for that stupid freaking crappy book that we shall not speak the name of because you know which. It was
What are you talking about?
great.
You love Scarlet.
Not that one, bro. Not that one. I love redheads, but that writing just kills it.
Yeah, you love Scarlet.
But yeah, it was great. And yes, it's missing a couple of my favorite characters from both the franchises, but I can accept it because the story is fantastic, and I know that when they introduce them, it will be freaking badass, and I will probably get out of it wet. But hey, it has been a great ride so far, and the fact that this has been making gangbusters and money compared to the other Marvel and DC stuff makes me even more happy. And I'm all up for it and will be here to support it until it is done. So God bless Skybound. Yo Joe and roll out. This was great. Go read it now.
Well said.
Nice. Dude, you sold it. And I already read it, so I want to read it again.
Do you want to have some words on it, Pablo?
Oh no, I think Fenrir was on point. The battle was absolutely incredible between Duke and Cobra. What I was not expecting was just Cobra pulling the trigger.
Oh, dude.
That moment was like, wait, he actually cares more about him being part of this than this happening. Yeah, he's Cobra. Yep, that's great representation, right? The guy is willing to destroy his master plan that is about to come to fruition because, well, he won't see it, so that's meaningless. I like how they are managing Cobra. Him knowing everything, he having what he has on that chamber. This shows a lot of Cobra that we haven't seen in a long time, especially from what they were doing previously with G.I. Joe. I'm liking it, and yeah, Fenrir said almost anything else.
No, G.I. Joe's been fucking awesome. J.T. Kirk has a great concept. You know who I love and can't get enough of? Yaira. Not only is she beautiful, she's a 12 out of 10. She's a loving, devoted, duty-minded wife, a true comic hero. I agree, man. I've read 1 and 2. I think I did put a review of her issue 2. I did back number 3. I cannot wait. I backed Irene Strakolski's cover of issue 3. I thought that was the coolest cover. So hers was the easy choice. So yeah, Rini draws. What's up? I'm excited for you. I'm really enjoying Yaira's series a lot, and I can't wait to have that in my hands. I'll definitely do a video for issue 3. You can bet your ass on that one, man. That is for sure. I'm really enjoying Yaira. Deborah Carita is killing it too. Ooh, he's got all Yeah, all 4 cards are either guilty, but you feel good about it. So you're not really actually guilty. You feel good about it. You can say it around here. You feel good. Own that shit. You feel good, JT. You feel good. All right, we're gonna talk the Mighty Golden Patriot because we've heard about this for a bit now, and it's finally got the covers out. And I feel like we should talk about the concept of the story. And who knows? Maybe we could try to get Yellow Flash and or John Dillard on here to talk about it before it comes out. But guys, should we look at a video for the Mighty Golden Patriot? There's an actual comic preview.
Yes, we should. There's a
I
trailer.
have specifically held off on looking at this thing until tonight, just because I knew we were going to be doing this.
Nice. Well, shit is meant to be. So let's get our lube going and let's slide in.
The year is 1945. World War II rages from the halls of Buckingham Palace to the shores of the Nile River. Even now, the clash between freedom and tyranny is about to boil over. Somewhere in North Africa, 2 American flyboys are soaring high on a reconnaissance mission, searching for clues to a peculiar new obsession, with the occult gripping the Nazi high command.
This one looks really, really rad.
So it's basically Sentai mixed with World War II.
Mixed with
You're
Blue
hitting
Beetle.
on something great because Yellow Flash said word for word, this is a mixture of his love of American and manga. And it shows both sides of the equation. It really does. Dillard's art looks great in this, by the way. His art looks great. And obviously you can see the Power Rangers influence. I remember Yellow Flash was a big fan of the Boom Studios, Mighty Morphin, and Power Rangers comics from Ryan Parrott when they were new. And
he got me to start reading it.
Oh, dude, it's fucking good, man. It's fucking good. I've only talked with Yellow Flash on stream once. This is like a year or 2 ago. D-Bud might remember. It was on an episode of Mead. But yeah, me, Clobby, Flash, we're having fun just talking comics. And I'll say this, man. After having a conversation with Flash that one time, I know the man loves comics. He knows comics. He's the real deal when it comes to comics. So he's not no Johnny come lately. He is a man who truly respects the medium, and he's a collector's collector too. He actually showed me of a website I didn't know about, which some of you may know about, but I was like, oh, okay, I've never used this for searching certain comics out. So I've learned some of his other sources. So dude, I can't wait for this. I backed cover A, which before we get into covers, Blade Nicotera for $20 says Lou Malnati's Buffalo Chicken Pizza with Frank's Red Hot on the way. I think that's an invitation. You say, Nick, I'm giving you 20, and this is what you're going to eat. You know what, Blade? Just for you, I will. I don't usually do Frank's Red Hot. I'm probably one in the minority on that, but I do like Buffalo. I do like buffalo chicken, but I'll do it just for you. I'll do it just for you. And I know, funny enough, there's a Lou Malnati's about 15 minutes from me. So I will make it happen just for you, sir. All right. How about that, Mapples? Just for you. But thank you for the $20. Holy shit. You guys, when you give, man, you get some really generous numbers. You really do. So thank you, Blade. I appreciate that, sir. By the way, chat, all 15 of you, shout out to you on YouTube, and the 13 of you on Rumble. That's what I like to see. Cheers to all of you guys. And if you're on both sides, cheers.
Salud.
Bunkai.
A mighty generous donation from Blade Nicotera. All right, let's look at some covers.
So
Yeah.
Go ahead, Caster.
this book does have that right feel for a lot of the tokusatsu, a lot of that those Japanese superheroes, the Power Rangers, your Kamen Rider, it's got a good bit of that kind of styling to it that has me intrigued, and I'm kind of torn between cover A and cover D. Like A is a solid one here with the kind of the dynamic posing, but you kind of can't go wrong with cover D and just holding the American flag, that badass looking pose.
It's pretty Americana. It's pretty Americana. I get your point on that. It's pretty Americana. Well, we'll start off with A. So this is cover A. This is from Kelsey Shannon. Obviously, he was a colorist on Invincible for, I guess you could say, popular culture reference. He did do the interiors for the latest Nexus that came out last year. Nexus, God, why am I already forgetting? Sorry, guys, my brain's blank. But he did the latest Nexus for Mike Barron. He did the interiors on it, and he did the cover too. Cover and interiors is really killer, and I really enjoy it. I thought Kelsey is a good fit, considering he doesn't have Steve Rude work on the book with him. Kelsey is a great fit, and he did cover A. This is actually the cover that I backed here, so this is the cover that made me get it up and say, "I'm gonna buy you," and I bought you.
I'm gonna come buy this.
And Cassier's just like, "I'm gonna come," and then he pops in with
Crazy.
So this was from Mike S. Miller. Oh, look at that cover!
Sweet.
That nice.
Oh my god!
I'll say. Oh, that is nice, Caster.
So I'm not gonna lie. For the longest time, like I don't know if it's whenever I saw the title, I thought it was the Mighty Golden Patriot. And I mean, every time I see and every time I saw the suit, I'm looking, I'm like, this doesn't look like a parrot.
Wow.
Have you had your hearing checked lately?
Dude, I read the same the first time. Sorry. It kind of looks like.
Well, okay. Pablo has an excuse. English isn't his first language, okay? Ironcaster has no excuse other than I grew up in public schools, okay?
Yeah, but dude, the word for patriot on Spanish is patriota. That is basically written the same up to the last letter.
Like I said, I don't blame you. I blame him.
No, I have an excuse there. We had lead in the water.
Oh,
you know what?
You
know what? You know who had lead? You know who had lead in the water? The Greatest Generation. Okay, they had lead in the water, and he didn't hear them complaining about it.
And they still got up and beat the crap out of the Germans.
Exactly. So I don't want to hear you complaining about it because you can't read good.
And asbestos in the sky.
Old man Winters got shot, lost his leg, and still got up to beat up a Nazi.
Exactly. That one's fucking cool.
This is Irene Strikalski's cover, by the way. This will be the foil cover. And I did look.
Okay, I'm sorry, but this specific movement in the helmet, the way it was, reminds me too much of Ninja Storm from the Power Rangers.
Not a bad thing.
Oh, it's inspired.
No,
Not really, not. It was a pretty good season.
So I just looked into it. So this is obviously Irene's cover. This is her cover. This is the foil cover, and the foil cover is $35, and this is a 64-page story for the foil cover. I see foil covers from indies obviously cost more by default, but I would call that a good price. 64 pages for a foil, and you know what? Her type of image is the type that definitely works for a foil. I was gonna say if you're gonna do one, she honestly is the most appropriate fit in the four covers because I don't see Mike S or Kelsey Shannon being a foil cover. But this one screams at you. Could probably make a good argument for cover D as well from Rob Willis. But I feel like that, yeah. But I would think Irene's cover is the most ideal for the foil.
If they're gonna do one in foil, it should be cover C. It just with that blackened background, what limited bit of coloring you do choose to have embossed with the foil effect is going to pop so much more here. There's less detail in the background. It lets you focus solely on the character.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel when you do a foil, you want to have minimum distractions, and this really showcases the character, the heroic pose. I feel like Irene really hit one of her best pieces with this cover. I really like her stuff, and I feel like this really adds to her craft and her legacy. So that's what we got to try to get on as Irene. I think that'd be really fun to have her on to talk comics. So maybe one day I'll have to make the attempt. But man, she killed with this cover. She really was the perfect fit for this. So I don't know if it was intentional or unintentional, but I look at this, I'm like, okay, damn good call with this one. Really damn good call.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, congratulations, Yellow Flash! 1,000 books sold.
Oh yeah. I back cover. I saw JT Kirk say he did cover D. I think he said he got B and D. And wait till this book hits on Flashcast tomorrow night. This is basically a warm up. So right now they're at 1,176. This is gonna be 2K, maybe 2.5K by tomorrow evening. So I had talked to some of the guys in the indie comics scene. Like, where do you think this hits somewhere in the final total? I said, probably around somewhere between 300 and 500K. It's not going to be $1 million. I think that's honestly a serious overestimation. I don't think people realize how hard it is to hit those type of numbers. But I like to be. I try to look at things more modestly. I could see 300K. At best 500, but I'm betting on 300K. That's just truly where I see this. So, and Chernobyl said he got all the covers. That's my guy, Chernobyl. It's just like, fuck this shit. You only live once. Gonna go all in, baby, all in. So yeah, well, I'm actually really excited about this comic. Dude, Chernobyl's just like, and I got the CGC. Not to brag and all, but I got the CGC too. At JT Kirk, it is 100% non-Rippaverse continuity. That is. And by the way, speaking of Rippaverse, today's the last day, the Great War of Separation issue 2. As far as campaign goes, I know covers A and B are gone, and they got C, which is the foil, and D, which is the one I backed. I backed D. Ooh, hello. Who did this poster? We'll go to Great War after this, but I want to look at who did this poster. I want to know. I think Fenrir fell asleep.
Oh no, I'm really going. I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just realizing how pretty smart it actually is to make a superhero story in the World War II era, because there's a lot of stuff going on. Not just mentioning the old German science crap. There's also a lot of mysticism that can be used, and because Adolf was a very superstitious man, and he actually had a whole department investigating supernatural. So, yeah, a lot of storytelling potential there.
You're right.
They specifically referenced that in the trailer too, and that was one of the things that got me kind of excited, because they specifically referenced that is the Nazis looking into all of that kind of stuff. So the occult and all of that, and it looks like to me this character, considering where they're at in Africa, like this character feels like it's got some Egyptian influence to me as well. So I'm thinking homeboy, and I don't know squat about this other than what I've seen in the trailer. I haven't watched Flashcast talk about this or any of that kind of stuff, but like it's got an Egyptian feeling, and considering where they're sitting there flying over Africa, I'm like, okay, that actually kind of makes sense. Yeah. So it's going to be something they uncover in a tomb, and boom, all of a sudden he's got powers.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I think it feels like Blue Beetle. The original Blue Beetle gets his amulet that way.
The scarab.
Yep.
Yep.
He's back. Nobody stays dead.
Oh yeah, I saw that. So this is John Dillard who did this poster. I just looked at it. Dillard did this poster. Turned out great. Dillard really has a great style that's really made for posters and statuesque, posing. So that definitely is a good fit. Yeah, I'm really happy to see that this is gonna be something that hopefully they pursue more of. I think another big takeaway, if you look at the promotional for this, That's fine, Caster. If you look at the promotional real quick on Ripasend, there's a supplemental comic that's only $6. I think we should definitely take a look at that one. It looks like it was co-written with Literature Devil involved too, which I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And I didn't know that until after I'd already back cover A. So maybe like, I'm like, I Tales from the Battlefield. And it says,
it's a gripping World War II short story about Lieutenant Rick Rogers, a soldier forced back into battle after narrowly escaping death. Facing an enemy wielding terrifying powers, Rogers must confront his darkest fears in a fight that could determine humanity's fate.
okay. Right there, writers, Yellow Flash and Literature Devil, editor, Literature Devil. And that makes sense since he's editing the Mighty Golden Patriot. Interiors is Dashul Akumato. Cover illustration, Clint Helinski. It's a 24-page comic. So basically, it's your monthly floppy for $6. Okay. So $2 above the normal price. Makes sense. That looks probably like a floppy, you know? I gotta remember that because I will probably eventually get that.
I think I'm gonna pick I know I'm gonna pick this book up because this is right up my alley. I'm a little torn between covers A and D. I think I'm gonna have to pick up this Tales from the Battlefield, and I think just because to show that a little bit of extra support, we gotta get a T-shirt.
Gotta get a shirt. Gotta get a shirt. Gotta get a shirt. I got my Spingy shirt for Dirty Deeds. I love this shirt. And I can't wait to have the poster up and back at me because Ripazine number 3 with the Dirty Deeds story from Carol Brown, which I am going to reach out to her about having her on to talk about it. I really enjoyed that story. Pure sci-fi fun. So I will definitely be reach out to Carol because I think she'd be fun to have on here and talk her story. But Caster, I hear you got to pull out. And you know, sometimes it could be a bit of a bummer.
But before Lancaster kind of goes, I kind of have something that I
good. Take it away.
and to ask you guys in particular. Okay, but first, there's a specific order. Hey, Paul, do you finally finish out? And I know it's going to be narcissistic of me to ask. Do you finally finish out the story?
Dude, these couple of weeks I have been, if not editing, trying to stay alive.
Okay, you were busy surviving in South America. Got it. No need to explain.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no need to explain. Just really wondering if anybody was catching out. Because I kind of wanted to ask if Iron Caster wouldn't mind giving it a look. Because the more eyes would be good.
Hit me up in DMs. I'll be happy to look at it when over the next week or so.
Great, because I could really lose another. Then again, I asked Common Nerd, but he never answered. Douche.
Pay him.
I got 6 kids, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, you're the only one to blame.
Go ahead, Caster. Plug your plug on the way out.
Anyway,
by the way, Vince Womack,
Learn to miss the target, dude. Learn to miss.
Thank you for plugging his channel in the chat. Appreciate that, Vince. Go ahead, Caster. What do you got coming out?
Well, tomorrow I'll be over with T-shirt Historian for the Weekend Geek, where we will no doubt be talking about Wizards of the Coast because they sure love to stick their foot into it each and every single week.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. Monday nights on my channel, there is the Mech Pit Chat where we talk about big robots. We talk about a lot of pop culture, a little bit more positivity there. And I think we'll have to be talking about this book a little bit over there too. So come on over, guys, hang out. We just hit 800 subscribers on the channel, so we're slowly growing.
Nice.
Congrats, bro.
I'm starting to drop a video or two here or there. So there's a new Gundam series out. I gotta go catch episode 3 and we'll throw some.
Dude, we should really get back to doing Gundam videos. It's been so long.
It really has. And geez, there's like what 13, 14 main series, not to mention all the other spin-offs and the mangas and
and I've been watching a lot of them by myself. To catch up in a bit.
But
I'm barely halfway through.
But I should be available for the next couple of Fridays, so I'll be back. Why don't we try to hit that hit that Uncanny X-Men annual for the 50th anniversary.
Miss Alaiki.
Let's fucking go.
Ooh, yes.
Nice.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go
Alright.
see what the original story was before Kamala Khan was involved.
Ooh, let's fucking go.
So,
All
do you
right.
want to do that? Do you want to do that next week or the week after?
I'm not going to give out details here. Let's talk about the next few days over the next week. I want to do it. I just have someone who I'm talking about being on the show. I need to sort out a date with first.
Okay.
Let me work that out, but we will cover it within the next month for sure. Like, we're going to fucking talk about it. But I have a guy who I'm talking to. And let's just say he is inevitable. So, and I want him to come.
Well, guys,
Phrasing.
thanks as always. Common, we got to hang out again soon. Let's talk some Warhammer because I finished that first book of Cyphus Cain.
Yes, Cyphus Cain.
I'm now starting to 3D print my own armies.
There you go.
Yeah, I've already made that. I made that jump, by the way.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
Yeah, Pablo.
Brother.
We got to do some more chit chat soon. And Fenrir,
Yeah,
as always,
too, man.
more Gundam.
Yeah, brother.
Take care, Caster. Thanks for being here, sir. Appreciate you, my guy. We'll be in touch. No, I know you're slightly more active in the world again. What's up, TZ Burton? Guys, let's give it up for Ironcaster. Yeah, that was good, guys. That was good. That was really damn good. Okay.
It was really nice. It was nice.
So let's explore the Great War of Separation #2. Because that ends tonight. And we should at least know about it because there's covers C and D left. And C is definitely once again well done with the foily. I think that let's look here. I'm gonna get it up. And
Man, I hate when separations come in parts.
I like it. Yeah, I see what you did there, Pablo. I see what you did there. That was good. All right, so this cover is done by a human being. Why can't I seem to find it? I'm gonna talk. Oh, Joe Prado did it. No, okay, killer. I like Joe Prado. He did stuff for DC, and during when Jeff Johns is back with Green Lantern, and they was part of that whole crew revitalizing the team. Ivan Rice, like, oh man, Joe Prado is excellent. So that's killer that he got him for that cover. That's the foily. No, I didn't back the foily. I have actually yet to back one, but I did get this one because I wanted an excuse to have the Texas flag. And I was like, Texas flag, killer, Kanan White doing the cover, killer. Easy for me. I have to have the Texas flag. So, I may not be from the state. I've only been there. But I'm going to be that guy, like, well, I want a piece of the action. So, but I will be in Texas in June when I got to get me some delicious Whataburger. So I can't wait.
It's understandable. Everybody's jealous. It's understandable.
I've already laid it to both my children. I'm like, girls, you're allowed to come with dad when you're 18, 19 when I leave the state. If you need if you want to quote unquote move out that age, it won't be in Illinois. If you want to stay in Illinois, you have to do it on your own or with a roommate. But if you want to come with dad, live with me a little longer, I will not care at all. You are welcome to come with me to leave the state if you want to. So this is your several years heads up, and I will remind you sporadically as you get older and time gets closer to that point.
You're welcome to come. You're welcome to come.
Texas.
Yeah. Be diabolical. And Shinola, I got them all. See, Man,
Of course he does.
that dude is nuts. I love how relentless he is. He's like, oh, that's there, gonna get it. Oh, that's there too, done. Fuck. But yeah, for me, this is the cover for it. This is the cover. Well, Max is good, so is Mobius. Dude, Mobius is fucking amazing. You know, I'm glad he mentioned Mobius because Mobius guys like him, Frank Quietly, are what happens when you have great artists who take a while to do their craft, but the shit is so worth it at the end. Oh my goodness. Dude, so good. So damn good. And JT said, for people who don't know, it's a prequel world builder. Yeah, it builds up ISOM, builds up Alpha Core, and there's a nice, great, like, it's almost like a political thriller, not to the point where they're like telling you what to think, how to think type of thing, but more of like you're saying why the divide happened in the United States. Kind of like when you watch like a political thriller movie in the 80s or 90s, whereas you could tell there's political things, but it's not there to deliver a full message. You just understand.
Being Rippaverse, we already know will be better than Captain America and the Captain Black America.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned Captain America, but you know how
Captain Black America.
I don't. Hold on, let me go. If you look at those movies, there is mentions of stuff that the government does or is being compromised by, but it doesn't become like a political lecture. Those movies are a great example of that, and that's where this issue 1 came into play with that. I was like, okay, cool. I'm down for that. And for me, obviously, as someone who talks politics on Comic TV's channel, I'm a little bit extra open to those types of things too. Those are very bold concepts to cover, and they're very complex topics. And when we had Rip a guy on here talking about it, and he was like, "Oh well, yeah, I didn't think about this like that." When we had those conversations, so I think it's a cool comic to tackle a complex subject, but also get you to think about it. And they do show both sides of the equation on this, which to me, if you're going to do that type of story, you should. Go ahead, Pablo.
Analyzing the ending of Captain America.
Captain Black America.
No, Captain America Winter Soldier, right?
Yeah.
At the end, they destroy the helicarriers, but also they are taking down Hydra and everything, but to be honest, the reason why the helicarriers and the whole project existed was because Nick Fury and the government and the people in power wanted to have control over other people. It was not just because Hydra, it was human nature. And the ending is really grim because it doesn't solve much. The nature of power on everything it's just staying exactly as it is. Just Hydra is now on the open and they need to take them down. Well, yeah.
And that's actually very realistic.
Yeah, SHIELD was just the name of an organization, and trust me, there will be another and another and another. That's what they tell you through the movie. And the fact is that they are not taking a position. They are telling you straight away, yeah, Nick Fury thinks that this is necessary because it's necessary. But Captain America doesn't like that this shit will take away liberty from people. So is a fight between two sides of human nature, and that's it. You don't get anything really final about this. You just get the question and no answers, and it's good. It works perfectly. Then you see Captain Black America, and they literally try to explain you the answer they have for everything by just saying, you should calm down, man. That's fucking it.
Yeah,
that's so freaking dumb.
Calm down, man. Just calm down. Just calm down.
I can feel my brain cells dying.
Together. We can go to the rapey together.
Hey, man, want smoke some? Come down, man. We good.
Oh,
Motherfucker,
dude.
what the fuck are you talking about?
What stupid shit. Oh, man.
Seriously, just
Anyway,
let it all die.
let's look at some shite. All right, here. Let's look at. I'm assuming that's a young Brian Solari, and I like Brian Solari where he's at in the story because he's a guy who's going to Texas. He's going to Texas. He's got governments who want him to make decisions that are clearly leaving him questioning his role in all this. And I'm like, oh, that's fun. I like that angle, and I can't wait to see where that plays out for this character. I really can. I think this is going to be a really action heavy issue. Knowing the way Chuck's stories move, they're always very fast. And it doesn't matter whether it's chapter books, comic books. He likes his stories move fast. A lot happens every issue. I think he knows how to. His dialogue is exactly right where it needs to be. And I know he likes to let his artists shine too. It doesn't matter whether it's an overly flashy artist or just someone who's there to serve the story. He likes to let his artist shine no matter what. And I can definitely tell he's going to let Jack Herbert shine on this. And I'm curious to see what's his team behind him. Are they going to all be disposable heroes? Are they going to be people who we might see maybe creep back up in the current timeline? I'm curious about all that, but I'm excited about this one. I definitely will definitely do another panel together. Once again, this feels like one of those ones where we got to have a panel showing to talk about this issue. So I will say, Common, as soon as you get your copy, find 40 minutes and read this bastard right away. Put the babies asleep and be like, okay, kids, watch this cartoon. I'll be back in 40 minutes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I can wait till the kids go to bed on this one. But yeah, no, for
Or
sure.
that,
This
hey,
is the one
if that works, hey,
Oh,
kids,
yeah.
when we go to sleep, perfect.
Nah, because it's one of those things. This is the story that I've been the most excited about since I've heard Rip like tease it in the story and everything else since ISOM 1, because it's like, you know, especially being from Texas, it's like a big thing. Well, and like I wasn't born here, you know what I mean? But you kind of move in and it's like you kind of adopt the attitude after you're around everybody long enough. That's just kind of how it works. I mean, once they figure out you're not leaving. But it's one of those things. It's like that line of him in the trailer talking about, you know, well, but my first loyalty was to Texas. It's like anybody that moved here because it's Texas and anybody that's born here, like, can relate. And I think even more the people that like moved here because of Texas's reputation and because Texas was what it was supposed to be and everything else. And it's like, you get that, you understand that, you know, it's like, I have a t-shirt that says, you know, American until Texas secedes, you know, because it's like that, you know, that's the way it is. And you've got National Guard and all of that kind of stuff and such a big base for that. It's like, it makes a lot of sense that you went this way, and Eric being the way Eric is, you know, it lines up perfectly. You know, he's all about that. Yeah. Decentralization. Screw the rest of them. Make Texas a republic again, you know, like all of that kind of stuff. So I hope it's going to end up being good. I just hope it's long enough to satisfy my needs, because that's always the problem. Give more. Give it to me more. Give it to me more. So yeah. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what this happens. But I have good faith in this one. I have good faith in this one.
Oh, look at that. $2 super chat from Jason Sandberg. What's up, Jason? It's been a long time, dude. It says, have a rad weekend, pals. Jason, please, before you go off and probably crash, what's the status on Jupiter, man? Because I cannot wait to back that shit immediately when the when the campaign is up for that. I want that comic in me. I actually went back to that recently and reread it and still enjoy it. I think I enjoy it more now. So I want to just, you know, get lost in that world again. Inking Jupiter 2 will launch this summer, Jason. We better fucking have a conversation about having you come on when that comes out, man. You know, you don't have to ask. The answer is already yes. You just got to tell me the date, and we make that shit happen. I can't wait. I'm excited.
I've had so much fun giving him shit on Twitter. Every time I see him post about Jupiter, I'm like, where's this you too, Jason? Where is it? I want to see it. Tell me where it is.
Oh, will be more than 40 page.
Nice.
Oh, dude. Say no more. Oh, it looks like we have Picasso here lurking. He says, "Good night, everyone." Hey, I didn't know you're here, but Picasso, thank you for listening. Have a great night. Jesse is merciless, just brutal on me. Oh, dude, I'm
Hey,
so fucking sold. I'm so damn sold. You got my attention, that Jason. I'm happy to hear that, man. I'm stoked on that. Ah, seriously. It's been awesome to have some shit to, like, actually, like, enjoy and read. And I'm gonna show some Conan. So why not? Why not get into some Conan craziness? Because we saw a lot of barbaric shit. And bro, I'm gonna get it up for you guys on here. So we got 17 in here. What's up? Thank you guys for being here, bro. Look at that shit.
That's freaking gorgeous. It's one of those
I
things,
know.
Nick. It really does feel like we're kind of in a renaissance of comic books right now. It's a lot more smaller publishers doing a lot more independent stuff. You're getting glorious artwork, fabulous stories, whether it be Energon, Conan, Rippaverse, Flash. Like, it really does feel like we're at the dawn of a renaissance for media, just because of how much more accessible this is for everybody. That's just glorious. Those are beautiful.
Oh, I know. It says Titan Conan has been good, according to Jason. I've been really enjoying it. Especially Zula, this dude who can morph into a fucking panther. Bro, Zula's awesome. I am really enjoying Zula and the addition of his character in this story. Really fucking badass shit. And
Dude,
yeah,
that page composition is absolutely crazy good.
nice, man. Even those teeth, pretty well done.
yeah, the narration too from Zub on this issue was seriously, like, really damn good. I was like, fuck, man.
Dude, I like when they do stuff like that the page pops, that it feels it's not only the flow of the panels, but you also feel like each panel is jumping into the other, and it feels right. I love that.
Yeah, I agree. No, dude, I'm looking at him like, this is what I expect out of my damn comics, man. This should be like fucking standard.
You
Right.
know,
It should be standard fare.
yeah, you know perfectly. Well, new issues of One Piece have been having a lot of that, and it is working fantastically. So, yeah, Oda is trying that. I don't think he invented anything. He was just having fun because of the powers that Luffy has and everything. He can go outside of normal paneling, and that's an art.
Well, there might be a decent argument to be made on that. No, just that's what I mean. We're talking about how much Doug Braithwaite really upped his game, Pablo. You see shit like this, where okay, he's going from good to being like really good, and it's nice to see Doug take his own craft that seriously. Be like, I mean, it's clear he knew who he was going to be compared to, and that is being in that position is tough, because it's one of those things where no matter how good your shit is, because he came second, it's going to be one of those things. So it's clear he knew he was facing a major uphill battle, and he took it seriously, and it shows. It really does show, and I'm having so much fun thanks to our man Doug Braithwaite. I'm really happy he's making this shit happen. And I'm noticing the efforts. I'm noticing it, man. And finally, too, I got Phenomenova from Vaughn Coleman. I never said how I got the free comic book day that preludes Flash Gordon #1, but for some reason Gary had a table of FCBD issues from last year, and well, one of them was Flash Gordon. So yeah, just saying, I will definitely read it. It takes place before issue 1. Yeah, I'm excited to read it, even though I've already read everything else that follows. Still, it's just once again more Flash Gordon to entertain and be happy about. fucking stoked, dudes. I don't know about you guys, but I'm fucking.
There's so much.
Does it have all the good toxic masculinity?
Flash Gordon is really badass. That's something I'm glad you mentioned that. Fender fantastic. It does because he's just an all-around fun-loving badass. And you see him in a lot of action. You see him get into fights. You see him be heroic. And it definitely is very space opera. I talked to Hojo about this. What's up, Hojo, if you're out there? I talked to Hojo very briefly, and I was like, yeah, it's space opera, as it should be. Should be the standard. I feel like Nicolas Cage, Red Flash Gordon, should be a space opera. Oh, I need my Flash Gordon. This is not even Nicolas Cage. This is Tom Connors being Nicolas Cage on my neck. That was wild. I just went on a weird tangent where I was being two other men that I'm not.
There was a bit of George Lucas there.
I was just like, oh fuck, that shit made me sober right now. Sorry, guys. Sometimes when you capture a moment, you gotta lean in on the moment. So I did exactly that. I leaned in on the moment. It's like even if, like, let's say I hear the news about insert Marvel movie here suck, it's like I don't give a fuck because I got the good shit here that I'm reading, and I'm still feeling optimistic about Aquaman. Just I am still feeling optimistic about that. I excite on that. I still gotta finish my King of Spies. I got C2E2. Still gotta finish that shit. Still gotta finish reading it, but I will fucking finish reading. I gotta read this Phenomenova from Vaughn Coleman. I mean, if I like it, like, hey Vaughn, why don't you come on the show? We can talk. We talk about your other issues about this, man. And we'll go Rocky Balboa. Hey, my Vaughn, you should come out and talk with Nick about this stuff. You're referring to the short-lived Flash Gordon show on the Sci-Fi Channel, though, right? Because that show is questionable, to say this. Never watched it. I'm talking about the current comic from Mad Cave Studios. It is a great time, Stephen M. Kella. It is from Mad Cave Studios. That's the comic publisher. The writer is Jeremy Adams. I'll do you a solid, my dude. Okay, let me punch in Flash Gordon, Jeremy Adams, and we'll look at some shite. Okay, let's look at some shite. So okay. I found an image here, and we're going to get it up because anytime I can use an innuendo-based pun, I will lean in and go hard on the opportunity. And opportunity has arisen. Guy, thanks for clarifying your answer. I will clarify it more. Issue number 1 cover right here. I'm going to embiggen it just for you. Whoa. Wow. Okay, this page is just prejudice. All right. Well, anyways, you get the idea. Sorry, this thing is retarded. But yeah, there is a trade that is out. I looked into it. It contains issues 1 through 5 and the free comic book day issue that precedes issue number 1. And right now they're currently at issue 8. So it's just 3 issues so far after the first trade. If you're a Flash Gordon fan, you should be reading this. Full stop. It's awesome. It's so much fun. And I said it before when I was talking about Jeremy Adams earlier, and now once again, I'm going to say it again. Dude is having a blast with this comic book, and it's so fun, so heroic. Flash Gordon's a badass. I mean, come on, look at that pose there from Will Conrad. Homeboy gets it, man. Homeboy gets it. Because Jeremy Adams, when you listen to him talk about comics and continuity, he gets it. And he also likes it. He said it word for word on his show with Wes. He likes it when he gets called out for shit on the internet because he's like, okay, what do I got to do now so I can try to fix that in the comics? What a fucking pro of an answer. What do I got to do so I can fix that in the comic and acknowledge that subtly in future issues? He doesn't have to do that. Instead, he's just like, I get where that mentality comes from because I was one of you guys. I know what it's like to be like, oh, hey, that was forgotten about. I should, acknowledge that in some subtle line. So fucking cool. I love that he wants to do that. It makes me happy to hear that. So he's like, okay, challenge accepted type of thing. And he likes family in the story. And it shows he talked about it in his show with Wes. And no, I'm not giving away everything because it's an hour and 15. Jeremy's married, has like 3 or 4 kids. He is a family man. And when you read his stuff, you could tell he really does value the concept of family. He values heroism. He gets family. He does come off like a bit of a truth, justice, American way type of guy. I don't know what his political leanings are. For all I know, he can be subclassical, but I don't know. Don't care, because he knows he is here for the love of comics, and we need more like him. We need so many more like him. I don't know, gentlemen on the panel. You guys, anything you want to add? Maybe something you want to recommend to read to the chat? Something new or old? If you guys got anything, and this is your time to say it. Otherwise, I feel like we've said our piece tonight. We can part ways.
Well, I have one thing.
So, Fender, start off.
Well, this isn't it's not a Western comic. It's a Japanese manga, but it has the same spirit. It's this new manga I found called Golden Man. It's basically a superhero manga story, and it's really good. I don't want to spoil it a lot. The plot is it's like My Hero Academia but done right. A mix of Iron Man. Look, I really don't want to spoil it out, so I'm just spouting crap. But really, go check it out. It's called Golden Man. It's a pretty good read. You'll enjoy it very well. Really gets into your heart. Has the soul of Western superheroes to it.
Dude, Fenrir, hell yeah, man. Thank you for putting that out there for people. See, you kicked off this strongly by throwing that out there. I appreciate that, sir. That's the shit that doesn't go unnoticed. So you deserve extra shout outs and cheers. Chat, let's give it for Fenrir. Just saying, he deserves that shit, so let's give it to him. Cheers, Fenrir.
Thanks. Bankai.
Thank you, sir. Pablo, is there anything you want to recommend to our chat, old or new?
Is brand new, and if you haven't gotten into last issue of One Piece, you should, because Elbaf is absolutely broken, and god damn it, they are going hard. I cannot spoil that. God damn it.
No, you can't.
One enemy that you haven't really seen as an enemy up to now, that is just around being the big chief. Well, now is actually goddamn evil on the open. And yeah, I'm loving what they are doing. The whole setup they are doing on Elbaf, because the next enemy is not going to be either one of the remaining emperors. That, let's be honest, Shang shouldn't be. And instead, they are going right away with the Revolutionary War. Why? I'm loving this. I'm on board. I'm liking it. Go read One Piece. That will be it.
Dude, that's all needs to be said. I love to hear when you have that, man. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for the recommendation, Pablo. Appreciate that shit. Common, I'm assuming you don't have anything because you've been busy. No, if you do, go ahead and spit it out. If you don't, I get it, because I know you have a fucking stacked deck with 900
Right,
kids.
I always do, and I'm always listening to audiobooks because it's easy to cook dinner and listen to those. It's hard to read comics and do dinner, but it's one of those things I read. I know we brought it up on the stream, and I mentioned it in our group chat. But I finished Murder Falcon like a week or two ago.
No, dude, what?
Phenomenal series, phenomenal little, like, story. What was it, 6, 8, 9 issues, something like that. I can't remember the ending. But yeah, no, absolutely phenomenal. You love it. The characters are great. It's totally metal. Like, it's really awesome. It's still a very heartwarming, like, character-driven story at the same time as you've got basically like giant rock embodied spirits in animal form just kicking the shit out of demons from the pits of hell, dude. Like, it's fucking great. It's really good. Nick recommended it. I read like the first issue while we were hanging out here one night, and I was like, I had to finish the whole thing. Like, it's really good. Really, really good. It's one of those one and dones. It's not an ongoing series or anything like that. That's what the guys said they kind of like to do. But yeah, it was really, really well done. The art's fantastic. And if you like rock references, heavy metal or otherwise, like, you're gonna get a lot of really big kicks out of it. Yeah, so many great Easter eggs in it. So yeah, a lot of fun. Highly recommend that one. I'm working on my way through a Doctor Who Star Trek crossover right now. I'm not sure. I don't like the art, but the story's not bad. But yeah, Murder Falcon, highly recommend that. Highly recommend that.
That's a strong ass recommendation. 8-issue series, one and done story. Great subtle references. I put the end in the private chat, but when I saw that character, I was like, holy fuck, it makes so much sense. And I'm like, that could be any more metal of an ending. It really couldn't have been. I was like, of course he put that character at the end. So it was perfect. It really was perfect. It was a really heartfelt story. Even though it's a music, particularly heavy metal comic, it is very a personal, deep story too that goes along with it, and it still has fun with it. So all I'm saying is, chap, I've read it. I remember looking at pages for it 6 months before issue 1 was released. You want Murder Falcon, you really do.
You do.
I will back him on that comment. TZ says that sounds cool. Comment. It does. Synthetic panels, I apologize. We're going to be wrapping it up shortly. We are giving out recommendations on the way out of shit we've been reading. I'm going to recommend 2 quick things. They'll be both for rare time. This will be both newbies because I've not had a chance. Usually, I'm always trying to blend the old with the new, but lately I've been trying to catch up on newer shit. Ripazine number 3, which had Dirty Deeds from Carol Brown. Love it. Hell, I'm wearing the shirt of Spingy right now. Obviously, it's a nod to ASM 300 homage. Really enjoyed Dirty Deeds. Love it, love it, love it. And as far as other shite, I've said twice already, and I'm going to say a 1/3 and final time tonight. Flash Gordon from Jeremy Adams. At this point, I'm going to hype it up so much that you guys are going to hate it because I won't shut up about that. Nick overhyped it. Now I don't like it. So I apologize, guys. I guess it was one of those things where I'm there from the ground up. But on Amazon, if you can't get near a comic shop, Volume 1 trade right there. In case you can't get the comic, try to prioritize the comic shop. But if you can't, I get it. Just saying, right there, easy, convenient trade. Be shipped to you within the next few days. And if your guy wants a digital, it's $5. And they even have a hardcover. I'm actually kind of tempted at that hardcover. Holy fuck. I did not need to notice that. But there you go. You have your options. Anyways, chat, you have been fucking awesome. Seriously. Brad Young, thank you for the direct donation. And Blade, Nicotera, Jason Sandberg for the super chats. For you in the chat for hanging out with us, giving us your time. Vince Womack for plugging the plugs on YouTube and Rumble into the chats, the regulars, the newer faces, ones I haven't seen in a while, who I met personally, Chernobyl. Great to see you guys. I appreciate your time and your energy. I love seeing the enthusiasm. And please, guys, let's just keep finding new shit and old shit we could talk about. The sky's endless. Sky is endless. So let's just keep reaching for the sky. I'll start plugging my channel first since we're on my channel. Next week, Toxic Tuesday, Young Guns. We'll be back here next Friday. And Sunday, I'll be on Christian DeLorme's Rumble channel. We'll be talking the Judas Priest album, Screaming for Vengeance. I cannot fucking wait. And well, anything else that comes up, you'll find out from the socials and whatnot. But that's what's coming out my way for now. Fenrir, what do you got to plug out on the way out?
Well, I'm Fenrir. You guys know me. I'm a bit lazy, so you haven't seen anything on my YouTube channel. But hey, what do you expect me? I'm a black guy. So, but I'm actually writing a story. It's called Dyson. I'm releasing it folkly. But the first it's gonna be a 4 chapter book. Each in these chapters are long adventures, each of their own, self-contained, all that. But I've released the first 2 chapters for free for people to check out. The other 2 chapters of the book will be when the book is out. So if you want to check it out, I leave links everywhere normally around my Twitter. So if you guys want to check it out, it'd be great for you to see. So you can judge the product if you want to know if it's good or not. So when you buy, so you can buy it when it comes out. No, I'm talking all crazy, but it's because creator trying to give the best image. So if you can, check it out. I really enjoy your support and judgment. All right.
Thank you, Fenrir.
Thanks.
No, thank
Peace.
you, dude. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for adding your wonderful, stellar contributions.
It's always a pleasure, Nick.
Recommendations, your thoughts on G.I. Joe. Love to hear that enthusiasm. And for plugging your channel on the way out. And Vince, thank you for plugging his plugs on the way out. Hello, Davina. Davina, I apologize. We're going to be plugging ourselves out on the way out, but please catch the replay. We are worth it. I promise. We didn't fuck it up, so please check it out. It's worth it. Seriously, it's worth it. Common, why don't you plug yourself on the way out?
Yes, please. If you guys like pop culture and nerd news, some video game stuff, any of that kind of stuff, come check out my channel over there. This is our second channel. We are now 25 subscribers away from 1900 again for the second time over there on YouTube. So please come check that out. We put out a couple of videos today. Pedro Pascal bashing Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling, and of course the chick that's playing the female Silver Surfer, also believing and understanding that Silver Surfer has been a man for the entire time in the comic book run, outside of 7 panels. Tomorrow night, I'll have a couple more videos coming out tomorrow, covering some more of that kind of stuff as well. Got some really good news for Revenge of the Sith out in theaters this weekend coming out tomorrow night. Say what?
I'm actually thinking about seeing it. I'm really tempted to go and see it.
A lot of people have been. A lot of people have, and everybody's been loving it, man. So yeah, they've got some really cool merch with it too. If you find an AMC, they've got a really cool merch and stuff. So honestly, I would encourage anybody. I know people are like, I don't want to give money to Disney and yada yada yada. But think about it this way: embarrass the Walt Disney Company with a 20-year-old movie being more profitable than anything else they will release in 2025. Okay, or even for the past few years. Show them that Star Wars fans still love the George Lucas stuff out there, and when it was good. And like I said, if nothing else, spend the money to go see it because you're going to love it and have a good time, and also because you're going to embarrass the living crap out of Disney. So just do it for that case, if for nothing else. But tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, Sunker Maid and I will be getting together for another edition of When Who Was Good. We're starting season 9 tomorrow. We just finished season 8 on Sunday. But yeah, we'll be doing that on Saturday nights for a few weeks because Sunker's got another game she plays. And if it's okay, because if we do it on Saturday nights, we can play Get Us Drunk and do $50 shots and have fun trying to review Doctor Who while doing all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, Sunday, 2 p.m. Bible study, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. for the morning prep for your pop culture and daily nerd news. That's about a 4-hour show. So just come in and check in with us throughout the day. We'll probably still be going live and talking about things. But yeah, appreciate it. Love hanging out with the boys. Love just nerding out over fun, good comic stuff that we're all excited for, because that is always a pleasure. So always a blast, guys.
Well, Common, good to hang out with you. Thanks for being here, sir. Definitely appreciate that shit and love the recommendations. Love your energy, enthusiasm, and love your time most of all. So I appreciate that shite. I like how as we're getting the bodies are just piling up. I apologize, guys. I really do. I will try keywords to make it up tomorrow. Late afternoon. If I'm gonna try to open up some time to do a member stream once again, all members can come on. So if you're a channel member, you can come on the panel. Just throwing that out there. Otherwise, we'll be talking about regular stuff, whether it's just movies, pizza, who knows what the fuck. But just letting you guys know, I will most likely do it probably somewhere around between 5 and 6. I'll start out tomorrow night. It'll be before Flashcast, don't worry. But just keep your eyes and ears open. It will most likely happen tomorrow unless like I get hit by like a tidal wave or something. So if I'm not on here, you know exactly what happened. So anyways, Pablo, sir, go ahead and plug your stuff on the way out.
Yeah, more videos coming to mi message. There's one that should be out by now that is about Doctor Who and Harry Potter. You should watch it. It is really informative. Also, obviously, I'm doing a show Thursdays night, 6 p.m. Pacific time. It's just a show in Spanish where we talk about shit. We have been going through from anime, then cartoons from the US. Then we did live action shows last week. No, this week. Next week, we are talking just movies, and we are just talking about movies that we like. That's it. It's just shit that we like. Is enjoying ourselves, maybe having a weird fight about football, soccer in the middle of everything. That was interesting. Shit like that. It's just a couple of bros hanging out and talking shit. So it's fun. It's just we want you to have fun, and we want to have fun. That's it. That's on Mi Message Español. By the way, I kind of forgot about saying that. And that will be it. Guys, I'm really happy to be here. I enjoyed a lot tonight. And also, I enjoyed G.I. Joe a lot. For some reason, I needed something like that. So, yeah, it was great having to read it. And it was great hanging out, man.
All right. No, it was great hanging out with you, sir. Appreciate your time and your knowledge and enthusiasm as well, like all the other dudes before you. Let's hope G.I. Joe can keep on rocking the way it rocked our socks. It looks like we got another book we can all like talk about and just really get on board about. So let's keep that shit fucking going, man. You have a great night and weekend, sir. And I will see you soon as always. Chat, this is the end. We're getting the fuck out of here. Goodbye, good fight, and good night. And you're going to smell some shit, and it's going to be horrible.
I smell horse shit. It's horrible, but I can smell